Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on into a LEGO Harry Potter leak video. Today we are talking about a brand new rumor that is coming out from LEGO Fulcrum over on Instagram. And, hit and miss, sometimes they report on correct things, sometimes they don't, which is the case with most people where these rumors come from, so take it all with a grain of salt. But earlier this week, in the Summer Reveals video, I mentioned that we were getting a direct-to-consumer set, which we've talked a lot about already on the channel. This is now rumored to be set number 75405, the Hogwarts Express D2C. This will be retailing for $469.99 USD, so I'd round that up and add on 100. Probably I'm expecting $599.99 Canadian. And I think that this is going to disappoint a lot of people. There's different chapters down below, and you could skip around. And I think that first thing I want to talk about here is what people were hoping and expecting. This is the largest Harry Potter direct-to-consumer set. I think that's pretty crazy when you look at the price, and we'll compare it to something else in a second. But looking at this, a lot of people, including myself, were all on board for a Diagon Alley expansion set. I think the price, it makes sense that it would have been more expensive than the last one. It would have come with Gringotts, which would have been a bigger building, maybe the dragon on top, just like a Universal. A lot of people, including myself, were all on board for that. We were so looking forward to that. I really was building it up in my mind, picturing it, what it could look like, all the figures that would come, all this stuff. And especially earlier this week when we saw the Ministry of Magic set, we saw that we could, in fact, get Deathly Hallows sets. So for it to be this, I think kind of takes away and has crushed a lot of people's dreams for that. And I'm sure it'll happen at some point. I guarantee you we'll get Gringotts. It's just not this year, it looks like. It still could happen. Again, this could be wrong. But I was really looking forward to that. And I'm sad that it looks like it's not going to happen. Now, specifically the build I want to focus on, because we'll talk about specifically the build. For the price, if you look back at the Disney train, that set retailed for $329.99 USD and $379.99 Canadian. And that set came with a complete set of rails and tracks, which I expect this to as well. And of course, it also came with 4 sections to the train. And as well, of course, the station. So looking at that, it's kind of a basis starting point, I feel like, of, well, how many figures is this getting? It got a total of 5 minifigures. It also had 4 parts for the train and this building. What could we expect for this that's so much more expensive, over $100 more? Where is that coming from? And I think it comes down to an idea I had here, because if you look at the old Hogwarts set, it retails for $79.99 USD or $99.99 Canadian. It has sold really well, at least from looking at it online. It's constantly out of stock, constantly on back order. It's been here since 2018. It was a exclusive, and I think that looking at that and how well that's done, it makes sense. It 100% makes sense. I don't dispute like this LEGO's decision to do this. It's just disappointing. Now, looking at that, it also came with 3 sections. So the Disney train came with 4, and this one's coming with 3 already. So what could happen? I think we'll get a lot more passenger trains, I feel like. At least I would say maybe 2 more passenger trains. The other idea that I've had here of where the money could be going, just looking at it optimistically, I think it'd be so great to get just a bigger version, more fleshed out version of King's Cross would be really, really cool. Also, just think of like what they could do with platform 9 3/4 today. Not that the old one's bad, but I just feel like in a D2C set, it could just be so much cooler. I don't know how they would do that, but I would love to see them try and tackle that. What if we got the Hogsmeade station? Well, what if it's not just King's Cross? What if it also comes with a little station for them to be greeted by Hagrid? I think would be really great. And it would make sense as well. We also just got the carriage, so it would be the carriage from them going from one section to the next. Like, I really love the idea of that this is kind of tying in to the summer wave, because also looking at the minifigure selection of who you could be getting in the set, you could potentially be getting, like, maybe you get Sirius, maybe the Padfoot version, because he does run off at one point. And I just feel like even Hagrid, and the crazy idea that I had for this, you might not like it, because I know that it doesn't get a lot of love, but having this set be loosely connected to a Cursed Child, because it could also be, it's the end of the Deathly Hallows scene, but it ties into Cursed Child. And I know that a lot of people hate the story, but then a lot of people also love it because, of course, it's a huge success of a play. It's even coming here to Toronto, Canada. And my point with this is, if I look back at the Harry Potter series, the 2 minifigure series that we've gotten, I've said this before, Harry Potter does not need a 3rd minifigure series. It didn't need the 2nd one because the first series already, all of those minifigures, most of them, all had then since appeared in sets. So when it comes to this, if you look back at the entire 2 series, 2 characters stand out to me that wouldn't fit in a set, and that, of course, is Lily and James Potter. Lego is never going to do a set off of their death. It would be like doing a set off of Thomas and Martha Wayne's death for Batman. It's just not going to happen. We won't get a Crime Alley set. As great as that would be to get them as a minifigure, it isn't going to happen. They're not going to do a set with the 2 of them dying. So to have them in the minifigure series, it makes so much sense. They're not going to do a set either off of a flashback. It would just be weird to have like young Lily and James there. Like, it just wouldn't make much sense. So what could you do here? Well, I don't think Lego would necessarily sell a smaller set, let's say in a year or two, for Deathly Hallows off of this flash forward that we see at the end of the movie, at the end of the whole series. I can't see them doing a set like that. But it would be so cool to have these variants of old Ron, Hermione, and Harry, and having, Albus Potter. Like, that would be really great to get, and the rest of the kids and all their kids as well. Lucius Malfoy's kids. Like, there's so much there that would just be really great to get. And I think I look at the Falcon and I see how they had the different eras, and that's something that Lego's done before as well, is they just have these Harry Potter sets that represent these different movies at the same time. So I feel like that would be so cool to get them in that set, just because, where else are you going to get them? The only other place would be in a minifigure series, and we just don't need a 3rd series. But anyways, I don't think they could carry a set on their own. And the last figure here that I just want to say, and I guarantee you they will be in the set. And no, I'm not talking about, Harry Potter will be in the set. Obviously he will. The Trolley Witch will be in the set, even if it is like my idea with it being based off of Deathly Hallows and a Cursed Child there at the end. She actually is in that. So I feel like that is absolutely no-brainer. She is bringing in all the students. She would have to be in this set, and be interesting if they do update her or not. But I'd love to hear your thoughts, though. What do you think of this rumor? I know that it's going to disappoint people, but I think that depending on how this is done, I think it could excite a lot of people just with some of the ideas here that I've thrown out here. If you want to, I do have the video if you haven't seen it yet for whatever reason. The Harry Potter Summer 2022 sets have all been revealed. You can check them out now. I'll link it here at the end if you want to see that. But love to hear your thoughts. Be sure to subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss out on when this set is revealed. And hopefully maybe I get sent it early and we'll do a review like I have the last 2 D2Cs. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on all this. Leave it all down below. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next one.